Hello, everybody. This is Julia Lopez here for our another session of our PSA talks. In fact, our last session before our amazing to be Make an Impact convention happening this next Saturday, November 18 in Barcelona in the amazing H10 Hotel Marina. And as always, I have here my partner in crime, Marta.
Hello, how are you, darling?
I am well, Marta. Where are you right now?
I'm in Spain right now, just very close to Barcelona in Vigo, Galicia, my own country.
Oh, that's amazing. I can see that is very cold there. I'm still having some sun here in Barcelona. So without any further ado, let's introduce our of today
Our,
because he is
our.
our celebrity in PSA and we follow him. Don't we, Marta?
Oh
We
yes,
do
it's
follow
it's
him.
it's really. I think it's our leader in crime, not our
He is
partner
our
in crime,
leading
our
crime
leader
for
in
the
crime.
good cause of our PSA in Spain. Let me give just a brief about him because he has a lot. I'm not going to share everything. You are going to pick his brain so then you can take more information. But for now, let's welcome Andrew Bryant. He is the global keynote speaker. He's an author and a coach of being human in driving accelerated results through self leadership. Andrew is a mentor to executive leadership teams, predominantly in tech, to collaborate, lead, and scale. He's also the current president of PSA Spain, the Professional Speakers Association of Spain, and in Andrew's own words, you don't need to be a professional speaker, but everybody needs to know how to speak professionally. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the room, Andrew.
Hi, ladies. Hi, everybody watching from LinkedIn or whatever channel you're tuning in from.
We're
So
so happy to have you here.
from Portugal, right, Andrew?
Yes, I am, even though I'm English by birth, Australian by passport, Brazilian by wife, having spent 17 years in Asia, I am coming to you from my new home of Portugal.
Awesome.
So,
Marta.
boa tarde, huh?
Boa tarde, boa tarde. He's practicing your
Because we have
Portuguese, I see, Marta.
exactly. Oh, Tulia, I think we have to go straight to the point because people behind the screen is waiting to see how our president is gonna answer our questions in this talk. What do you think?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Okay, Andrew. We know you are a leader. You talk about new leadership. You have a beautiful book, the New Leadership Playbook. But my first question is going to be for the convention, the upcoming convention of the Professional Speakers Association that you are holding right now as a president has a lot of significance. And for us to bring together people from professionals from the speaking industry is something that is extremely important. So, from your perspective, with this convention, what is or what are the opportunities that this convention offers to our professional speakers, especially in the context that we are now?
Well, it's a great question. And I think the opportunity to be in a room with peers who have a common vision to raise the game, to raise the bar. In the new normal, we have had to adapt and adjust to advance. And I think everybody's got their eyes and ears open. What is the way to be a professional, to communicate, to influence, to impact in a hybrid situation, in a global situation? What are the challenges our audiences are facing that we need to connect to? So you're going to hear from global speakers like myself, flying in from all over the world, what they're finding with their audiences and how they're making a difference. And you are going to be able to pick that information up. And I can't say for free because there's a price of entry, but at a massive discount from what it would cost you to learn it for yourself and be able to integrate that information to your communication.
Wow, great. Thank you. And just concerning what you just said, concerning this influence and this impact, as current president of PSA Spain, and with your extensive experience of coaching and mentoring with executive leaders, concerning, because today we are in an era of tech industry. What key challenges you think the leaders in this field of speaking, public speaking, you think we face, and what are the principle of collaborations as a leader?
Wow, you pre-frame your questions very heavily, Marta. Okay, let me unpack. let me unpack that question. Right. So we're in an era of tech. Now, what we know about leadership, and certainly what I write about leadership, is that leadership is a conversation. It's a conversation one-to-one, or it's a conversation one-to-many. Now, technology can enhance that conversation, or it can lend us towards bad leadership, which is broadcasting. So it is now possible for us to broadcast through Zoom or StreamYard or Teams or Yammer. But what the followers really need is a conversation. And some recent research that I was privy to showed that really only 8% of leaders are engaging in conversation on digital platforms. And yet these are great tools to invite your followers in to have their say. And instead of saying, okay, here's what we've decided and we're broadcasting, this is what we're going to do, instead say, hey, here are the challenges that we're facing. Here are the things that we're thinking about. You can contribute. You can be part of the conversation. And clearly that's what the followers want. They want to be engaged in the decision. They want to feel a sense of ownership in the process. And that's what leaders can use technology to do, invite people in much earlier in the process.
Wow. Okay. That's engagement is one of the things I think we have to do in our profession to engage the audience. What about other three key topics or key words that we need to do that you can deliver to our professional speakers behind? Because engage the audience is something extremely important, but what else is behind after you engage the audience?
Well, the audience is looking for inspiration, information, and they're looking for strategies that they can apply. And the sooner, the better. So nobody's going to remember your speech a week, 10 days later. Unless you really, really anchor a key concept that they can execute immediately. I had a conversation via LinkedIn chat this morning from somebody who saw a presentation I did in Norway 3 weeks ago. And in that, I shared a strategy for ownership, how you could take ownership, how you could say, this is mine, this is my decision, this is my choice, this is my action. And that individual said, hey, I remember and I've already applied, and thank you for that strategy around ownership. So that's positive feedback that he didn't just hear my speech, but he actioned that speech. So we need to inform, and we need to inspire, and we need to give people pragmatic strategies that they can apply immediately.
Well, wow. And concerning, and I think it's my last question. It's very interesting what you said concerning all this cultural part and these different insights you have to deliver to people. You come from everywhere, actually, yourself. Your background is huge. English, Australian, Singapore, Brazil. I mean, you have, I don't know how many passports you have, but
I have two. I have two that I'm telling you about.
but how all these insights, universal insights, because they are universal, can you expand in the world of speaking, and how these backgrounds like yours, especially today living in Portugal, can help people, for example, Tulia, me, and other speakers coming and living outside the country, but with a background, international background. How can this be helpful, impactful in the world of speaking?
So I think as a professional, we pay attention to the details. And when you're speaking in a different country, the detail is, what is the cultural norm for communication? Are people gregarious? Are they open to conversation? Or are they very much more reserved? Are you allowed to tell people what you've done, or should you keep that very low key? I think about this as the frequency to create communication. So if I was a radio station and I'm broadcasting on 95 FM, but you're tuned into 98.5 FM, nothing I say are you going to hear. So as a professional, we need to pay attention. What frequency is our audience on? So you're on 98.5. I need to dial into 98.5 and show you that I understand the frequency you're on. And I connect with you exactly where you're at. Then maybe once we've created that rapport and connection, I can invite you to change channel and say, hey, why don't you just try listening to 95 FM? There's some different information there. And I think about this with a little acronym, which is PPL. Actually, it's not an acronym. It's just 4 letters. Pace, 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 and lead. Pace 3 times. What is the audience feeling? Where is the audience at? What are the audience's challenges? And then offer a lead, an opportunity to think about things in a new way or do things differently. Only when I've created a real deep rapport with the audience am I going to suggest that they can do something different. And I think it was Maya Angelou who said, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And so the care of a professional is to find out where their audience is at before they even touch down in a new country. And then as they touch down, to meet as many people as possible, have as many coffees and lunches and dinners as you can to really, what's going on for you people right now? What are your challenges? I mean, if you were going to do a keynote speech in Ukraine or in Palestine or Gaza right now, you would have to be paying attention to what's going on. Now, those are extreme examples, but wherever you go, something is going on that is challenging that audience. And if you can resonate with that, you will be memorable, and then you can be impactful and influential.
Wow, that was great. Tulia needs to ask something.
Tulia needs to say something, compiling everything he said, Andrew said, thinking here about when you're talking about the leaders at the beginning and going back to the quote that you created and now is our mantra and PSA, that everybody needs to speak professionally. That it's the understanding that professionals out there, leaders out there, need to understand that their message should connect with that audience, and people speak from their mind with the facts and figures, and when they are not trained and they don't have the understanding of being a professional who speaks professionally means. And saying that it is a good reminder to everybody out there that your audience always comes first if you want really to connect and really want them to take action. That's all.
Exactly. I'm going to share, in my opening speech, I will share my take after 25 years of being a professional speaker, what it takes to be a professional. And I'll give you one snippet, and that is, being a professional is not what you do, it's how you do it.
Great. And I think that's a good finish, Tulia, to make sure everybody will come to see our president, Andrew Bryant, to say all the insights about public speaking. So
Thank
see
you
you
very much.
on Saturday. Actually, we're just running out of time. It's on Saturday, 18th of November in Barcelona.
Barcelona.
Barcelona. Thank you for being with us, Andrew. Thank you, Martha, and for
Thank
everybody there
you.
who is watching now, who's watched later. There's still time to join us.
Take care.